Hello everybody, this is Noel Jack, and we're back with another playthrough series on my channel. And we're going back to playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Nintendo Switch. And yes, this might be a little different than what I did 2 years ago after the booster course pass ended. Well, I'll explain as we get there. We're gonna go to Grand Prix mode. We're only gonna do 150cc since there's just so many cups to do, and don't feel like doing all of them. So we're gonna start off with Mario, and we're not gonna go with the standard cart. Well, we'll go with the standard cart for starters. But then we'll start working on other vehicles because I want to have a little more variety. Yep. First course of the Mushroom Cup in 150cc's is Mario Kart Stadium. And it's shaped to look like an 8. To reference Mario Kart 8. Well, not really. That's the wrong track. But I feel like there's a track that they kind of tried to reference this track in Mario Kart World. I think it's called Peach Stadium. I might be wrong. I need to look at that. Okay. Unfortunately, they don't have 200cc's in Mario Kart World, which is really strange. They have mirror mode. And there's basically a lot to talk about. You know, the difference between this game and all the other games compared to Mario Kart World. Mario Kart World has so many changes, graphic-wise and gameplay-wise. They removed the zero gravity. They do even more crazy tricks on it. They still go with the carts, bikes, and ATVs. Plus to do the boat stuff instead of the propeller underwater in Mario Kart World. You don't go underwater. But, you know, I'll probably, have to talk about that more in the game, but I want to tell you as much as I can of what I know about the game so far. Battle mode is just like in Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U, which really sucks. And that's one thing that I say they did wrong with in Mario Kart World. I guess because, there are so many vehicles, they couldn't, try to get all the tracks. I guess they wanted to get the game done before launch. I don't know. We got the first race done. Now on to the second race. Water Park. I feel like this track is a little underrated. It's basic and I think it's pretty good. I liked it. A lot of people didn't like it for some reason. They just found it... Whoa, it's just not really their type. Oh well. Opinions are lovely, aren't they? So yeah, my goal is to play on all the cups, all 24 cups, but on just 150cc since it'll just take a long time, and I'm not gonna really do that this time. It'll be different this time, but I'll never get against both mirror mode and 200cc's. I just prefer to just stick with just 150cc's. So we're gonna do it based on how we did in Mario Kart 64, except that was on 100 cc's because, you know, just to balance it. I already 100%ed both Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart Double Dash. And I'm gonna likely do it the same with Mario Kart DS. But that's a different story. But I probably won't do it for the other games. And I'm also not gonna do the spin-off games, you know, the arcades, you know, Mario Kart Home Circuit and Mario Kart Tour. I haven't played any of them yet. Well, I played Mario Kart Tour, but then I kind of stopped after like 5 years of playing. I just lost my motivation for it. I do gotta admit, the unlockable, having so many characters and unlockable characters in vehicles was really cool. And all those updates, I thought they were really cool. You definitely need to pull stuff off like that in Mario Kart World for the Switch 2. So I got the second race done, which is good. Sweet Sweet Canyon, the third race of the Mushroom Cup. And this is a pretty neat track. I think it's pretty cool. Looks kind of like Sugar Rush almost. You know, Sugar Rush from the Wreck-It Ralph movie. We got little gingerbread men and Toads and Yoshi as well. Yep, I need to test out some of the horns. That was Mario's horn, and you know, I prefer Double Dash's, you know, horns better than Mario Kart 8's for both Wii U and Nintendo Switch. Speaking of Nintendo Switch, I do believe you can play some games on the Switch 1's games on the Switch 2. But I guess not all games are compatible. I'll have to try that out. You know, I got like 25 Switch games right now. I can't remember. I need to recount that. Just forgot how much I actually have. My last count before that was like 20 something. Yeah, I need to double check that. And I played every single one of them, tested them, they all work great, and they're all great games in my opinion. One thing I really hate about the blue shell and this shell in this game is this. They really overdid things here. But Lakitu's at least quicker compared to previous games. So they made it more little kid friendly. And I can't complain about that at all. It just makes life easier. Not gonna lie, this game's very solid. Yep, had to be careful. And I'm not gonna expect to, you know, win every single race first, but we'll see. Swamp Ruins. I feel like this will be an interesting track to bring back for the next Mario Kart World, but I guess not. I guess not. Took that, Bowser. Okay, still, the super horn was introduced in this game. And it's made and it's really good to use against the blue shell. Other than a mushroom or something else. But this is definitely the best item to use. Because, you know, there are chances you time it wrong with, you know, the mushrooms. You need to be more consistent. So yeah, I did show you a few routes that you could take. And there's Boo. He was in Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U, but he's in this game as an item. So that's all 4 races finished first, which is great. A great way to start off the playthrough series. And that's gonna be it for the Mushroom Cup. So there you go, everyone. That's it for this video. I'll see you guys next time when we do the Flower Cup in 150 cc's. See you then.